Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to PC Education India's platform, and here we are with one more exciting interview experience. The interviews can also be shared in some PDF question files, but these experiences that we talk about are also entailing with them some of the very small nuances which we can't share in question formats. Some WH questions are just the core of it, the quantity of it. The quality of the interview will be tested in the conversation part that we discuss across. 732 students all over India got selected from the IIM Rohtak aptitude test, and the cutoff was 409 out of 480. It's really a huge number, and you all need to grasp that only golden mites get selected out of these categories. I believe one of them is with us, fortunate enough to share his interview experience with you all. So let's start from the first question. What was the first question of their round? Was it starting with a VAT PI or just directly a PI?
Actually, when I entered into the room, they asked me to show my 10th certificate and 12th certificates, the mark sheets. So when I told them that I did not have the original ones, they asked me the original ones. So the 12th one I had was from DigiLocker, so they approved that it was original. But the 10th one was a copy of the original one. So I would say that they asked me the original ones. So I told them that I'm in Rajasthan currently. I'm not in Assam. My all certificates are currently in Assam. So the first question landed on that which states I crossed when I came from Assam to Rajasthan.
So geography is the first question for them. Remember, students, you are just helping them out with the reason why you don't have the original documents, and they have coming up with a good question. So when you are answering this, before that, really important thing, thanks for that please make sure all the documents and testimonials are ready with you. They can ask you anytime, show me that, and you have to show it. For confirming the date of birth, he has showed his Aadhaar card, but you can also show your 10th mark sheet. Can be a good reason for it. Let's start from the second question. The first question was the states you crossed. We need not the answers, they are good enough to Google that. What is the second question that was asked to you?
After that, they asked me to give an extempo on exams and mobiles. So they told me tell your views upon exams and mobile. They gave me a minute to prepare for it, and then I was supposed to speak for a minute.
So there are 5 words for it: SP, MP, impromptu, extempore, or adlib. Always say yes for it. You have to just show your interest and knowledge in that, and 1 minute is quite a small time for doing it, right? So don't fear from it. He was given the topic mobile and exams. What was the third question or the third thing that they asked you to do?
On the third, they asked me about the subjects I had in my class 12th. So I said that I had physics, chemistry, maths, English, and all. So say they asked that you studied physics and chemistry. So I said yes, sir. Then they asked me academic questions about chemistry.
Fine. So here comes the academic round, everyone. Whatever you have studied in 11, 12, make sure that is the 70% or 60% part of your interview. So HR questions are just a personality test, but these questions are your knowledge test. So he was asked about chemistry questions, he was asked about physics questions, and be aware we can't discuss all the technical questions. What you need to know is revise all the syllabus of 11th and 12th, and this can be the best dose for you. Can you remember some specific questions out of it?
Yes, sir. So in chemistry, they asked me the first question that what is entropy? And in the heat of the moment, I knew that entropy is a form of energy that is when atoms get transformed into each other and entropy is released, then that energy is released, and that particular energy is known as entropy. I knew that, but in the heat of the moment, I got so confused. I just said that, sir, it's a form of energy. Then they asked, is it just a form of energy? Then I said, no, sir, it's like this. When atoms get converted, and then I gave the description. I forgot to give the description of it. And then they asked me some chemical formula, but I would say that they weren't using any microphone and other equipment as well. So the audio was very they were inaudible at some extent. So they asked me some chemical formula, and that name was so weird that I didn't even heard of it once before in my entire life. So I said, sir, I have not heard about it and all. Then they asked me about C60, that is the allotrope of carbon. So I said The pressure was so much that I even forgot allotrope. It's a concept of 10th class, and I forgot about it. I just said that such C60 is a structure that is made up of carbon and such like diamond and graphite, and it's spherical in shape and kind of football and resembles football in design. And then he asked me that what is allotrope. So that question made me felt like, what is allotrope? I questioned myself like, what is allotrope? And there was no answer in my mind. I forgot that the answer I gave just a moment ago was the answer of allotrope. That structures made of carbon are known as allotropes. So these were the question in chemistry. They didn't ask me any question in physics. Then they asked me in maths.
Okay. You can see that the words were not matching what we wanted to say, because is it your first interview?
Yes, sir.
Officially, the first interview seems to be a big learning lesson for the next interviews. And if it was IIM Rohtak, I would say it was a really grilling session. So let's listen and give a good round for maths question. What was the first question in maths?
They asked me the differentiation of sec x, and I was able to tell them that it is sec x tan x. Then they asked me to integrate tan x, and actually because of the pressure, I forgot. It's a really simple question, that integrate tan x. That's a basic of integration. And I said I was confused between sec square x and log sec x. So I said that, sir, I'm not sure about it. Can I guess? I thought they will say that, yeah, you may guess, but they just really said, never mind, no problem.
So students, some fillers can also be not a good meaning for you, because this is a safe answer that we want to guess, and they even denied that. Maybe they could be in a hurry. It also depends on the time that you're giving the interview. If they are giving the interview in the initial time, they will listen to all the answers patiently. If you're taking the interview in the last times, that is not your luck, bad day. They will be in a rush like him. So what happened next? What did they wrap it up with some nice goodbye, or did they ask you something like that?
So after this, they gave me actually one more maths question, that they told me to write a differential equation on a page. So I wrote that differential equation, and they asked me the degree and order of that. So I was well aware of that, so I gave the answer. And they asked me even why that is called a degree and why it is called an order. So I knew that answer, and I spoke it. And after that, they were in such a hurry that they were not even ready to listen the complete answers. They asked me that, do you have anything in your co-curriculum? It felt so rude in the moment that the way they asked the question. So I said, sir, yes, I have a lot in my co-curriculum. And I started saying that I have participated in international rounds for conferences, and I have also been a runner-up in district level essay competition. I was continuing my answer that I have also been a head boy and a house captain and led many sports events and managed many events, but they did not let me complete it. They just when I was saying that I've also been, they just said that to show the certificates. They said that show the certificate of the rounds for conference and the district level essay competition. They were not ready to listen the full answer.
Okay. So students, make a note. If you are willing to answer something really curious, your eyes are telling them more than your words. So sometimes they are very sure that you're confident of your answers, so don't get embarrassed. They don't need the full answer because they've already picked it up from first or second line. Need not bother about it. You are going great, and I believe that was a good answer as well. What was the next question that they asked?
They said that almost this was the last question. So they said that we are wrapping the interview with just last one question. They asked me that who is the Chief Justice of India? Okay. So we had prepared for it in the heads around sheet. So I knew that the Chief Justice of India is Mr. D.Y. Chandrachud. So I said, sir, it is Mr. D.Y. Chandrachud. So they asked me then, how many states are in India? I said, sir, there are 28 states in India. And this was the last question, and they wrapped up the interview. After that, they said that, okay, thank you for the interview. And I also said that, thank you, sir. And they said that, please leave the meeting.
Happy ending, but not so happy, because for some these questions can be disasters. For some these can be easy. Total states and appointments like CJI, Prime Minister, President, Vice President, and small stuff should be of great use for you all. You can have these quick interview preparations when you sit with an expert who is already facing all these kind of stuff, But all the best on preparing on your own. You can target on your own as well. Coachings do nothing, they just shorten the time you prepare for an interview, nothing else, right? So if you prepare for it in 50 days, we can make it 5 days, nothing else. You can do that. All the very best for your next results. We wish you a good ending after this, and that's it from our side. Thank you everyone, have a nice day, bye bye.